Hey there, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to choose a profitable coaching niche. Now, why is this so important? Because if you don't choose a coaching niche, and then you're going to be viewed as a wandering generality, and no one's going to know who you help and the problem you solve. And I know that this is a huge sticking point for so many coaches. So I'm going to walk you through 4 steps to make sure that you have a profitable coaching niche. If this is the first time watching this video, my name is Peter Scott. I am the founder of Fearless Coach Academy, where over the last 10 years, we have mentored thousands of coaches to start and launch and scale their coaching businesses. So let's dive right in. Now, I want to just address the gorilla in the room, and that is the fact that it's hard and it's scary for some coaches to choose a niche. And the reason is because we got into coaching because we wanted to help people. And I've mentored thousands of coaches, and every time I talk to them, they tell me, but Peter, what if I miss out an opportunity? If I narrow my niche down, then I'm gonna have my opportunity. But the truth is, the opposite is true. If you narrow down your niche, you actually triple your opportunity. You don't half it. I'll give you an analogy so that you understand this. Imagine for a moment that you're visiting me in San Diego, California, and we're standing on the beach, and I give you a net. And I ask you to cast that net out into the ocean to catch as many fish as possible. And you're thinking to yourself, well, if I just cast the net as wide as possible, I'll take up the most space in the ocean and I'll catch the most fish. But this is a net with holes in it. So when you cast that net out and it's wide, what happens to the holes? Do the holes get bigger or do they get smaller? They get bigger, don't they? And if you've got big holes in a net, then guess what? The fish swim through the holes. And so that's why it's so important to narrow down your focus. To instead of shout some generalized life coaching message online, you whisper the right words into the right person's ear. I hope that little shift right there was a mindset shift for you to help enroll you into why this is so important. So how do you choose this profitable coaching niche? The first step is to, number one, clarify what their most painful problem is that they need solving, or that you have the experience, the passion, and the knowledge to solve. People pay attention to what we pay for, and we pay for things that solve our pain. And so if you haven't pinpointed the specific pain that you're going to help your clients with, it's almost impossible to choose a profitable coaching niche. And the more painful that problem is, the more profitable your niche is. If it's a health problem, a relationship problem, a wealth or business problem, those are generalized niches that you can find very targeted, profitable niches in. Let's say within wealth, you've got financial coaching, you've got career coaching, you've got business coaching, you've got sales coaching. Those are profitable coaching niches because people want to learn to make more money. Health, same thing, whether it's weight loss or whether it's more energy, whether it's, whatever it is around health, that's a painful problem. Now, if you're coaching people on teaching them how to learn underwater basket weaving, then I'm sure there's going to be some people on the planet that want to learn that, but that's not a painful problem. So people aren't going to pay high ticket for that. So that's the first step is, are you solving a real pain? One of my clients, Harold, is an amazing coach, and he helps loved ones process the grief, or he helps people process the grief of losing a loved one. That heartache, that grief that you feel when you lost a loved one, that's a painful problem. That's a perfect example of a profitable coaching niche. Now look at step two. Step two is, does your niche have purchasing power? Do they have the resources to pay you? Now, this is a controversial topic, and I get that. But if you're coaching and marketing to people that have no resources, or they're not willing to become resourceful, then it's going to be really hard for you to get paying clients, don't you think? Now, I get it. There's going to be times when you don't want to only sell coaching to people that are wealthy. You want to help as many people as possible. And that's why over time, you're going to have different tiers of your coaching packages. You'll have a high ticket coaching package, and you may have, a low ticket online course or a free, piece of training. That's fine for those that don't have the resources, but I want you to focus in, since this is a business for you, and your livelihood is on the line, it's important that you choose a niche that has purchasing power and make sure that they either have the resources financially or they're willing to become resourceful. And I lean on the second one being more important, because when I launched my coaching business 10 years ago, I didn't have the resources. I just quit my job. I lost my sole source of income. My first mentor ever, I invested $20,000 with to mentor, and so, or to work with. I didn't have 20 grand. I literally had to give him all of my savings and then borrow money from my family and take on credit card debt. So even though I didn't have the resources, I became resourceful. And so you got to make sure that you're marketing a niche, right, that has a painful enough problem that no matter what, they're going to become resourceful and find a way so that they have the purchasing power. All right, that's really important. So step 2 is purchasing power. Step 3 is to make sure that they're easy to target. Dean Jackson, a great mentor of mine, talks about visible leads versus invisible leads. And visible leads are those that have a title that they can respond to. Invisible, I'll give you an example. So let's say that your niche is chiropractors. Okay, well, you can run an ad on social media and call out a chiropractor, or you can go buy an email list of chiropractors. That's a visible list. That's an easy niche to target. But if instead your niche is people with back pain who chiropractors serve, that's an invisible niche. Not everyone has a label on their head saying that they have back pain, right? It's a little harder to find an email list of people with back pain. Now there's ways to do, that, but directly, that's a much, much harder niche than just chiropractors. For me, with my niche being coaches, right? I'm a business coach. I help other coaches how to generate leads and get clients online. It's very easy to target my ads on social media to speak to coaches and consultants and to call them out and cut through the noise when I address them that way. So make sure that your niche, for it to be profitable, is easy to target, and there's a title that is specific that they will self-identify with. Make sure that they can self-identify with it, right? Working professionals is too general, right? But if you're talking to HR directors, now that's much more specific. Now, the fourth and final step to make sure that you choose a profitable coaching niche is to make sure that your niche is actually growing, not dying. A mentor of mine, Alex Hormozy, talks about a client of his who had a great coaching service and program, but the problem was it was for people that ran newspapers. And as you know, depending on your age, newspapers is a pretty dying industry. And so no matter how great his coaching was, the demand for his services were so little, and a lot of those businesses that were his clients were going out of business. And so you want to choose a niche that is growing. Health, wealth, relationships, we're always going to have goals in those 3 areas. We're always going to have problems that we want to pay to solve. Those are growing niches, right? The underwater basket weaving example that I gave you, or maybe some technology that's now outdated. If you're helping people, I don't have a good example for this, but I was thinking BlackBerries. I started my career in investment banking. I remember using a BlackBerry, which is like a antique now. No one uses BlackBerries anymore. Everyone has iPhones and Androids. But if that was my niche, that's a problem, because that's a dying industry, not a growing one. So those are the 4 steps. Number 1 is there a specific pain that you can solve and that they want solved? Number 2 is, does your niche have purchasing power? Do they have the resources? Or are they willing to become resourceful? Number 3, are they easy to target? If they're not easy to target, we've got to be more specific in the title so that you can find them online and offline. And then number 4, is this niche growing so that you have more opportunity, not less opportunity? Now, if this video is valuable to you, I have a couple invitations. Number 1, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. This helps me share more of these training videos with more coaches, so that would help me a lot. So just go ahead and hit subscribe. And then number 2, if you like this video, I want you to watch my next video, which is going to teach you how to price your online coaching program, literally the exact dollar amount. So if you want to know what to charge for your coaching so that you command high ticket prices, watch my next video so that you can find out exactly what that number is. And I look forward to seeing you on more of my videos. My name is Peter Scott, reminding you to be here, act now, and fear less.